All right, so we're gonna go through a medicine ball series for your core. So all of these are gonna be done in tall kneeling. Tall kneeling is this. So what we're gonna do with this is you need a relatively light medicine ball. I don't recommend doing this with something that's super duper heavy. If you can find one that's somewhere between like 5-ish pounds, that's really great. If 10 is the lightest you've got, 10 works well. I don't recommend going over 10 for this, especially to start. We're really focusing on good core engagement and like dynamic core stability and the core being able to absorb force versus like absolutely slamming the medicine ball as hard as you can. So first one we're going to do is we're going to do overhead wall taps to warm up a little bit. So you're going to get relatively close to the wall. Ball is going to go overhead. Big exhale to connect with your ribs and your abs. Tail slightly tucked, ribs down, and we're going to tap. And you're going to go for between 8 to 12 of those, and it's going to be little bitty fast taps. That's it. And you'll do 3 rounds of all of these. You can do them as like 3 rounds of that, 3 rounds of the other ones, or you can superset them and move through it, sort of like I'm going to move through it right now. Next one, you're going to turn around and you're going to do a forward slam. So what's going to happen again? Ball's going to go up overhead. Big exhale to set your core. And we're going to slam straight down. And that's the forward slam. Next one we're going to do is an around the world slam. So I'm going to move over just a little bit so I have room to do this here. So we're going to start to introduce a little bit of side to side movement. I want you to feel during this one your torso rotating to the side and closing down on those side ribs on each side as you're throwing here. Again, tail stays tucked. Do not let your butt stick out. And here we go. All right, and the last one that we're going to finish up with is a like scoop pass at the wall. This is an underhand one, so we're going to target some different fibers of your abs here since we've done a lot of overhead stuff. So I'm going to turn to face the wall, and I'm really going to focus on rotation on this one as well. So again, I'm rotating, and I'm actually going to scoot away from the wall just a touch more. And absorbing that force and rotating back as the ball comes. So I'm not grabbing and then rotating back. I'm taking the ball and rotating back really fluidly. And then we do the same thing on the other side. And that's your core series. I recommend starting out tossing the ball not as hard as you can. I actually recommend starting out at like 25 to 50% of what would be as hard as you can, really focusing on core. And as you like practice this, and it gets easier, you can ramp up your intensity to like 50 to 75%, 75 to 100%, but start low and slow and really focus on like good rotation during the rotational ones and like really good core, making sure your tail stay tucked and staying out of your back into the front of your abs. And I recommend 3 rounds of that whole thing.